Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Vinland Saga episode 6. Last week on Vinland Saga, we had an episode which I titled Thorfinn Alone because it reminded me quite a bit of Zuko Alone from ATLA. Props to a couple of people for catching on to that. That's what I was looking for. Not that it was a terribly obscure reference or anything, but I titled it that because that's what it felt like. It felt like Thorfinn is in a new and uncomfortable situation where danger is everywhere. There are people all around him, but none of them are going to be his friends, at least not without a lot of time, and probably never even then. Not really. And yeah, he is now in league with the people who are responsible for the death of his father, and he is not very happy about that. He is surviving. He is fighting for his life. He is learning certain skills that make him useful, at least as far as survival goes, to throw a knife, to catch a rabbit, to fight off a wolf, make fire. Important things. Learning to pull the marrow from bones, to eke nutrition out where he can. But he's also learning how he might survive in the future and how he might get closer to what he really wants, which is the chance to fight Askeladd. Also, I was pronouncing it Ashalad the entire episode last time. My bad. I guess it's Askeladd. Okay. I'm probably still getting it wrong. It's gonna happen. Sorry. He really wants to fight him. He has absolutely no chance right now. There's just no way. Although he did get somewhat close with a little sneak attack with the thrown knife, holding that card until the very last moment, which was pretty cool, but still gets shut down. And then given kind of an ultimatum. Become a useful Viking, prove yourself on the battlefield, and I will reward you with what you really want, a duel. And I get this impression that there's something that maybe Askeladd isn't quite conscious of, but there's something keeping him from just killing off Thorfinn. Whether it's respect for Tors or just desire for more able-bodied crew, doesn't seem like it. It seems like there's another wrinkle to it. Maybe we'll explore it more. I feel like we will. Given that we have a different dueling scene between Thorfinn and Askeladd in the OP. At least I think it's intended to be. So that says to me that that's Thorfinn's goal and he's going to reach it. We also spent some time back at home seeing the impact on the family, the wife, the daughter. She really tried to hold it together, but there's grief there. It hurts. Definitely. Let me see. What else? Oh, yeah. Big, like, overall thing about the episode. From what I've gathered, and I'm not entirely sure if this is entirely accurate because I'm trying to avoid spoilers, from what I have gathered, this episode almost entirely was anime original content, what some people would call filler. I don't know if I love the use of the word filler to refer to just its anime original. Usually when I think of filler, it comes with a negative connotation. I think of like Naruto filler or Dragon Ball filler, where it's just like stretching stuff really far or adding in totally useless content, where it really is just fluff and a waste of time. This, however, while it might not be content from the manga, I think is really good. Like, good on its own, but it fits. I wouldn't have known if people hadn't told me that this wasn't original manga content, because it does so much for character development and making me feel like I understand where Thorfinn is right now, like psychologically. I think that's really important. So, anime original, yes. Filler, technically. Good? Abso-fucking-lutely. If this is filler, I'm fine with filler. Also, want to note that a couple people mentioned that I didn't point out how amazing the backgrounds were in the last episode. They were amazing. They were really good. Okay? Yeah. Like, no excuse for not pointing it out. Just didn't consciously notice it or bring it up. My bad. Anyway, I think that's going to be enough for the beginning thing, so let's go ahead and jump on into episode 7. Where do we go from here after this Thorfinn Alone episode? I don't know. Do we go into battle? I don't know. Do we start showing him integrating with the Vikings? I don't know. Do we time skip? Maybe. I get the feeling a time skip is imminent, because like how much can Kiddo Thorfinn can we really do with that character at that point in his life right now? Feels like we're getting up close to the point where we need to jump ahead. And how we do that, I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to be just like, boom, 3 years later, or like we're going to montage through a sequence of events, or show some like development really quickly, or if it's going to take a lot longer than I think. It might take a lot longer than I think. But I'm excited for it when it does happen. We'll see. We'll see. And let's get into this episode. So I have episode 7, or 6. I have Vinland Saga episode 6 up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video, a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, which you can find in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube, which will have any discussion I decide to do at the end, and a beep beep timer at the beginning to sync up with your own version of Vinland Saga if you have it and you want to watch it that way. And if you do, get it ready because the timer's coming right now. Back on the boats. All right, Bjorn. Mm. Yay. Hmm. Hmm. I don't want to be one of you. Yeah. Hey, we got a narrator. Some good looking grass. Wheat, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Holy. Wow. Pretty striking. So I wonder where he gets the other knife. Yeah, it's a different duel at a very different time. The journey begins. Okay. Whoa. Now that time, those were all individual CG models for each one of them. Okay. Smell of death, eh? Blood on your hand? No. Okay. Yeah, elite shock troopers, essentially. So I wonder if it's the King of Denmark who we see in the OP. Makes sense. Yeah. Potential for land, titles, land, loot, women, land. Walnut? Hmm. Y'all are pirates. Let's all get along. Jesus. It's a lot of gold. Why do I feel like that guy is gonna sell a young vampire boy poison? Oh, it wasn't them. It wasn't. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought it was a betrayal. All right, my bad. It's just an attack. English? Those are Sherpos. Oh, they wouldn't. I have to re-up on my history of like 11th century military weapons, because I don't think the longbow really came into effect until a couple hundred years later with the armored cavalry. Shit. I guess short bows make sense. You gonna kill a man? Wow. I didn't know you were alive. I just stabbed down. Yeah, you gotta get out from under that. So he didn't get stabbed deeply. Bruh. He is gonna kill his first man. No. You. And it's not pretty or honorable. Hmm. Wow. So now are we montaging? It's kind of terrifying. Little murder child. His hair is growing, becoming part of the shield wall, growing as a fighter. Taking it in stride. He could have killed him in that moment, couldn't he? But that's the point, right? He's one of them. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Two blades, both with arrows. And for the first time, he's the Thorfinn we'll know. Okay, we've done the time skip. It just happened. Wow, that's the scene from the OP. Or similar. Just like the wolf. But easier. Hmm. Hmm. Some English folks. Hmm. Well, that'll piss him off. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. So now he ends up fraternizing with the kind of enemy, I guess. It's a good looking dog. Hi, nice doggo. Hmm. Do they speak the same language? Old clothes from your husband? Yeah, I think your hunger will overcome you. Good. It's a lot of questions. Okay. But he's a nice boy. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Oh no. Oh. Get you cleaned up. It's hard to stay clean when you're just going from battlefield to battlefield. Oh. I'm a Dane. Hey, hey. A little bit confusing when they're both speaking in Japanese, but seemingly supposed to be speaking different languages. Hi. We're looking for a young blonde boy who might be a Dane. Hmm. What? What? That's crazy. I think he's killed a lot more than that. Hmm. Nope. She'll cover. It's a good looking horse. Okay. Thanks, lady. And she has no love for the king. That's a big part of it, yeah. Again, just two? This is true. Indeed. Oh. No, you're not. He's leaving. Yeah, if he stays, they'll get hurt. Hmm. So now he's separated from them. How will they meet up again? Oh. Oh. He was telling them to run because he's gonna bring hell and hellfire here. Oh. Oh. Run. What if they don't run? Hi. Yeah, not gonna help you though. Okay, they're running. Not very fast. I don't want them to die. They're nice. Oh, they're running toward it. Oh no. Whoa. Hi. Hi, nice granny. Jesus. Now you see me for what I am, huh? Now you understand. Run. Death. Doesn't feel like one. She'll just be cut down. Closest thing to kindness. No scream this time. Ow. Yep, that hurts. Well, that was an emotional episode. Kind of... Okay. If there's one thing that I want to try to convey, it's just, like, how impressive it is just how much stuff is packed into this episode. Because, well, I talked at the beginning about, like, okay, maybe we'll get a time skip, and maybe if we do, we'll just, like, montage through a sequence of events. And we do that, and we go from, like, point to point. Specifically from Thorfinn's first kill, I think. I'm pretty sure. During this ambush and fight, he is saved and almost skewered by Askeladd, and then goes ahead and is forced to make his first kill. And it's not pretty. It's brutal. And he is covered in blood and screams. This is just such a mood, you know? But we go from there into, so that's our point A, into this sequence, showing him growing, becoming one of them, really. And it's clear from, like, where we start and where we end up that Thorfinn has just been doing the same thing every day for a long time. He has been killing to survive. It is a dog-eat-dog world, as the line in the OP says, and he is doing this against his will because there is no other way. He is just killing to survive. But he's growing, and he's gaining respect, and he's growing. So I'm not sure what this is about. Why do I have to go? And then I'm not sure what this is about. I think he was just saying, like, there are people you have to kill, but I'm not sure. We got a pretty cool fight scene, all done in a wide. It's kind of neat. We grab the second knife. So I asked near the beginning, I wonder when he'll get his second knife. Ta-da! He has his second knife. And now, the Thorfinn that we knew that we were going to know, boom, he's here. 2 blades, whirlwind of pain. And then from that point B, we move directly into the rest of the story for the episode. And this is where we lock in. Thorfinn is sent out on a scouting expedition, kills a couple people, is chased, fights some dogs, is hit by an arrow, wakes up, and is found by these lovely 2. By all rights, enemies. But just people. People with no love for the current king. Oh, God, that's pretty. Again, really good looking dog. Most of the animals have been really well drawn. Proportions right. Horses, dogs, they've all been right. It's just such a common place to flub a little bit. So the clothes might be too big. They're the only men's clothes I have. I thought this implied that they were from the husband who was off at war, but I think they're John's clothes. That he was just a little bit older than Thorfinn. So we have a language barrier. They suspect, but Jesus would never forgive me for leaving an injured child lying there on the ground. She's really nice. She's really cool. She's really likable. And that is all to make it hurt more. And it works. Got the fleas. We clean him up. He starts to look like a human being a little bit, instead of being sort of ravenous animal. And she's wonderfully sweet and takes it all in stride. See, look at that horse. That's a good looking horse. Yeah, that's a great looking horse. Danish scout hiding in the area looks just like that kid, huh? Weird. But she covers. calls him by her lost son's name. My youngest, John. And she covers for him. But he does what he has to do. And so he goes and he gives the signal that will bring death to their village. And he tries to tell them to run, but they don't. What else could he have done? It's tragic. It's really tragic. For a section that genuinely is... Yep, it is less than 10 minutes of the episode. We build up these two characters, especially the older woman here, as like the first semblance of any kind of connection with another human or any kind of family that Thorfinn has experienced in years. Besides brotherhood on the battlefield. But I don't get the feeling that he feels any sort of connection with the Vikings he runs with. And yet he does what he has to do. He fights how he has to fight, he kills who he has to kill. And in this moment, as she runs up, she sees him, eyes bloodshot, panting, an animal, a monster, the enemy. And he sees her and is snapped out of it. But he still does what he has to do, because he's fighting to survive. This cut is really cool. That hang time, wham wham, and then the kickoff. Oh, want to see that kickoff part again? Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good. And then he yells, wanting her to run. But it's too late. They're here. And then this scene, this freaking scene, where he gets praise from Askeladd, looks up, and they lock eyes. I was fully expecting just one of them to walk by and just literally, like, on screen chop through her, eye contact the entire time. But instead we get this flash to family, which sort of makes it sink in. And then we pull away when she disappears, which doesn't make any sense to me. If we had retained this shot and had her disappear, then she could have been killed. But as is, she's there, and then she's wiped, and she's not there. And where the hell did she go? I mean, I think the implication with this and then the broken comb is she dead. But why don't we show it? And what the way she just disappears as though she just ran away. Is she just not there anymore and he's imagining seeing her there, or just like frozen? I don't know. In any case, she's gone, and there's no scream from him. Even though it's the closest human contact he's had in a long time. We get a setup for it almost, the big inhale. But it doesn't come out as a scream, just a sigh. This is life now. This is normal. And so he rejoins the battle and leaves the comb broken on the floor. I think my only problem with this episode is that I don't get what we're going for with this. I do not understand the purpose of this scene. I understand, like, the emotional impact of, like, locking eyes and the realization and the, like, oh god, she knows what I am from Thorfinn's side, and from her, the shock at seeing the brutality that this child is capable of coming from a character who understands and implicitly, like, gets that something must have happened to put him in this situation, that it's not, like, him, right? That this isn't normal. That's great. But this is confusing. I think it's fine as symbolism or like conveying the emotion that's intended, I think it works great at that. It's just like there's nothing. I can't tell whether it's intended to be symbolic or intended to be literal. If it's literal, then how? And blah 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 blah. But it's a pretty stupid nitpick in what was altogether a really strong, impactful episode that covered a few years of material, aged up our main character in a believable way, showed, I'd say, 3 key points in his life. His first kill, his getting the second blade, although that's not super key, and then his decision after getting away, although he didn't, to go and rejoin Askeladd's crew. Not that he ever really left. So maybe just 2 important moments. But hey, young Thorfinn is no more. So when they say at the beginning, the journey begins, they really mean it. This is the start. This is the real shit now. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. Because even in an episode where they had to establish that this is the start and show the transition, which takes up half the episode, takes 10 minutes to get to point B, even in that we had one-off characters introduced and an episodic, like, self-contained story that hit hard and was good. So that's pretty cool. It gives me high hopes for the future when they have a full episode block to work with. Depending on how the arcs in the manga are structured, I really don't know. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this episode. I don't think that the visual quality was anything to like super write home about. There were some great backgrounds and some nice animation, but nothing that made me go, "Oh wow," or anything like that. Just very competent at worst, I think. Yeah, quite competent at worst, and a lot of the nature scenes look really solid. Not sure about this background. It does feel like it's an entirely different art style with the like dappling on the leaves and the sort of like multi-tone that's going on in here. But all right, whatever. So, pretty solid episode. That's going to be it for me. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Vinland Saga episode 6. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. Peace.